Millennials and COVID-19 vaccine. Take it or leave it. Well, join us to tell us their views on the COVID-19 vaccine are Daniel Mullins, multidimensional youth leader and second-year software engineering student at the University of the West Indies, Dana Palmer, fourth-year medical student, and Xavier Brown, third-year medical student at UWI. I'm told that both Dana and Xavier have already taken the vaccine. If that is so, good morning to you three, by the way, and welcome to Smile Jamaica's morning time. If that is so, Daniel, why have you not taken it?
Oh, well, I haven't as yet. You know, I'm a software engineering student, so, you know, I have to wait my turn. I wouldn't be in the first priority batch. But Xavier and Dana are medical students, so that's why they've gotten the chance to.
Will you take it? Do you have any reservations about taking it, Daniel?
I mean, I will take it, but I must admit I also do have my reservations, which I think are natural given the speed at which it has been developed and the fact that we don't know any long-term effects, but, you know, because it hasn't been the long-term yet. But definitely when I compare it to the effects or the symptoms, etc., the actual COVID-19, actually contracting COVID-19, then definitely I think I would definitely take the vaccine.
Yeah. Dana, did you have to take it?
Well, it wasn't a situation where it was mandatory to take it. I was given the opportunity to sign up to take it, and I jumped at that opportunity because I've been waiting to get it.
Why did you jump at the opportunity? Don't you have the reservations like a lot of folks out there?
So initially, I did when I first heard that the vaccine was being developed. But after considering the pros and cons, weighing the pros and cons, the cons of actually contracting COVID and the symptoms versus the short-term effects of the vaccine, I decided that it was better to take the vaccine, as well as the fact that vaccination and having herd immunity will help to slow down the transmission in the public.
Yeah. Do you think the fact that you are a medical student made it easier for you to understand the pros and cons here?
I do think so. I think that my education in health helped me to make that decision. So I think that public education is very important in order to help the general public to decide, like make an informed decision whether or not to take the vaccine.
Yeah. Xavier, what about you? Were you a little nervous or no?
All right, so I wasn't particularly nervous. I've been closely following the entire COVID-19 from the beginning last year. And as well, being able to be within this field, I was actually able to also closely monitor the actual vaccine development process. Yeah. It was a choice that I personally made, you know, to play my part with personal responsibility, also understanding the risk and the exposure that I have been a healthcare worker and on the front line. And I want to limit the spread, of course, for me, for contracting the virus, but also understanding that I can also be a host and spread it to other patients as well as take it home to my own family.
I know the reaction would be different from person to person. Tell me exactly how you felt having got it. And since then, when did you take it, by the way? How long ago?
I took it on Friday.
Friday gone. Tell me exactly how you felt having got it and how you have been feeling since then.
Right. So on Friday, I took it at about 6:30. I was quite fine.
6:30 in the morning or in the evening?
Or in the night, in the evening.
Okay.
So I was quite fine throughout the night. I woke up once because I went to bed early because I had to spend a long time waiting on that vaccine. Right. Then when I woke up, the only thing I had was a bit of tenderness at the site of injection, and I was fine apart from that. When it is that I moved in, when it is that it got later into the day, so the afternoon, I felt a bit fatigued and I had a bit of pain behind the eyes, and I was a bit chilly, but I just took some paracetamol. That was it. And by the next day, which would have been the Sunday, I was quite fine.
When do you get the next one?
2 months' time.
2 months' time. Dana, what about you? Any adverse effects at all?
So I had some side effects as well. They were very mild. I got my vaccine exactly 1 week ago, last Wednesday. I had a bit of mild fatigue, some chills, some nausea, and what I'd call a low-grade fever. And I took some Panadol, and by the next day, I took about 3 doses of Panadol. By the next day, which was the Thursday, I felt perfectly fine again.
So give me a time span from the time you didn't feel so
So,
wonderful till the time that you were all right again.
right. So I took the vaccine at about 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and I started to feel fatigued by evening time. So I went to bed really early, like
Yeah.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up at like midnight and started to feel the chills. Took some Panadol, went back to bed. The next morning, I woke up feeling okay, but I got progressively more symptomatic. So I took some more Panadol at maybe 10 a.m. And then another dose of Panadol at 2 p.m. And that was the last dose of Panadol I took. After that, everything felt fine.
Okay, fantastic. Daniel, I think you said you didn't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you said you weren't certain about the long-term effects. When you say long-term effects, what are we talking about here?
When I say long-term effects, I mean, usually, there will be longer testing periods for vaccines that have been released, right? But because, this is a worldwide emergency, they have to put it out very quickly. And so you're looking at a vaccine that has been developed basically over the past year, and maybe been in testing for a fraction of a year as well. So definitely, one thing I'm hearing from many young people is, again, that we don't really know what the long-term effects are. And so we're concerned there. But at the same time, we have to weigh the possible effects of having or contracting COVID-19 and spreading it versus having some symptoms from the vaccine. And so that has been what I've been deliberating.
Okay. Xavier, I don't know if you know this, but I was reading that there are coronavirus vaccines out there, or they've been out there, but probably not specific to COVID-19. Is that so?
Right. So we have to remember that COVID-19, it's a part of a family of the coronavirus, right? So it's not as if this is the first it's not as if this is the first coronavirus itself. So the point that Daniel brought up is actually still excellent in the fact that, when it is that we look at how quickly it is that they actually develop this vaccine, that might actually be a cause of concern for some individuals. But you have to remember that we already have coronaviruses that we have studied, that we have developed vaccines for as well. So that kind of also contributed to the speed at which the scientific community could pick up and say, hey, we're familiar with this already. So let's see how quickly and how best it is that we can actually develop a vaccine against this new coronavirus.
Okay. Well, when do I call you Dr. Xavier?
In 2 years' time.
When do I call you Dr. Dana?
Next year.
Okay, so you're a senior, huh?
Yes.
I pray that everything will work out for all of us. So glad to have you with us this morning. I think a lot of young people will feel a lot better hearing from you guys, because we've been talking about it, but I'm 104 years old, so they probably say me too old for know what I'm going. So really, really great to see you guys, to meet you guys, and to hear from you guys. Daniel, good to see you. So y'all take care of yourselves, and when you get the second one, you can come back and tell me how everything feeling. All right? God bless y'all.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Daniel Mullins, multi-dimensional youth leader and second-year software engineering student at UWI. Dana Palmer, fourth-year medical student, and Xavier Brown, third-year medical student, all at the University of the West Indies. Wonderful to see them, and great words from them all. Take it or leave it. Up next, keeping it real with my very, very good friend. I haven't seen her for a long time. I'm very, very happy and looking forward to seeing her. Daily will speak with Joan Andrea Hutchinson. Soon come back.